Hey, it's Sunday morning. Just wanted to say hi, and want to also say that I woke up this morning and realized we had a few new subscribers, and read the comments, saw that Angelo's fish tanks gave us a shout out. Just want to say I really appreciate that. That is really awesome that he takes time to go out and give shout outs to other people. I didn't ask for one. He he liked our channel. We put out some interesting stuff. Try to do it more often. I'm going to start trying to do that a little more often. I'll put it that way. But work and life and everything else gets in the way. This is kind of a hobby we're trying to turn into something a little more. But yeah, Angela, I really appreciate that. That's really awesome that you did that for us, and I want to say thank you. Um, just on to some one quick update on the water storage. Yeah, you can see it's not very full right now. Actually had my first fill up of all tanks. I did every water change on every tank in the house, and it was, I want to say it was around, we had about 130 gallons built up, and yeah, did every tank in the house. It was awesome. Didn't have to mess with it. Now, one other thing that I do want to say, because I feel like an absolute freaking idiot. So, this little drain right here. So, I don't know if you noticed from the other video. I know I think in my rush to get this thing out, up and running, float valve and everything in it, I didn't pay attention to that drain. It just had a little red plug in it. I don't know why I thought, hey, it's plugged. I think that plug's meant to basically just keep things from crawling in it during shipping or whatever. But needless to say, I dodged a bullet. I let it fill up overnight that first night. And when I say fill up, it was maybe 30 gallons in it, because I'd set it up kind of late, and then the next morning I was up at the butt crack of dawn about 3 something in the morning to get ready for work. So I came in, got to look at the new water storage setup because it's awesome, see how much went in there. Go in there and look, and I see a few drops of water, maybe 5-10 drops of water, not much at all. So I'm like, why is that leaking? Did I not tighten something up? So I check it, everything's tight. So get down there with a flashlight, I'm looking, I see a few little tiny drops of water coming out of the red plug that was in there. Quickly realized, you're an idiot. It's just a rubber stopper. It's not even like threaded in there or anything. So ran out, grabbed one of the old barrels, brought it in. This is all before work, draining all the water I can out of it. Reach in there with my fingers and dislodge the plug. So I could only imagine what would have happened had this filled up all day. I would imagine I would have gotten another 20-30 gallons in this thing before it just let loose and the whole room floods. Yeah. So turned off the water to the tank, and stopped by Lowe's on the way home from work and picked up a 1.5 threaded plug. I was looking for a ball valve, not having any real good luck finding the nipple that fits between the drain and the ball valve. So I was like, plug will work for now. I'll eventually do something else. But what I normally do is take my Python hose and then my mag pump here, and I just drop it down inside of here, and I mean that makes it nice and easy. So I mean, when I need water out of there, it's just as simple as grabbing the hose and putting it in there. But it was really nice yesterday to be able to walk to each tank in the house. I take my mag drive pump. I'll show you here. Yeah, so this is it. It's just a simple mag drive pump and a water hose adapter. And then I take a little piece of foam, shove that in the intake, and I can walk around to even the smallest tanks in the house with shrimp in them and just lower it down in there, it sucks the water out immediately. I can do this to every tank in the house. Get all the water out, do the opposite, put the pump inside the water storage tank, walk around, put it back in. I am going to probably keep the yellow bin that I had that was about 30 gallons, 35 gallons, and I'm going to keep that as a remineralized bin where I keep salty shrimp in there for the different shrimp that I actually need, that my neos and stuff, because that was a little bit of a, I don't want to add salty shrimp directly to the tank, so I was kind of doing that in 5-gallon buckets, and then I have a smaller battery powered pump that I use to fill those up. But anyway, yeah, so it's Sunday morning, not a lot going on. Did all my maintenance yesterday, just gonna kind of relax and enjoy the day today before the work week starts again. But yeah, I just wanted to mainly make this video to thank Angelo for giving us a shout out. That was really cool. I really appreciate that. And yeah, well, thanks guys. You guys have a good one. Bye.